Gangstalkers walk around with unruly dogs because they are punks and hide behind their pets. When you have a person leading with their animal instead of their common sense and their respect and the want of the well-being of others around them, you have a dangerous person with dangerous characteristics. You have a flat-out and complete narcissistic demon, because this person does not care what happens, what could happen, what will happen to another person. They don't care about the result of what could take place in a matter of seconds, because at that point they wouldn't have any control over the situation. And a lot of them program their pet to behave this way. They train their pet to behave this way. And this isn't a shot at people who have pets, because there are a lot of good people out there that may have a soft spot for animals. And I'm not coming at you at all. But there's a different type of animal lover on the prowl. And I mean in every sense of the word. Literally and figuratively. You have people who will damn near sick their sick thoughts and sick their animal on you at the same time. Anybody that owns a pet that would just let it outright attack another person has a serious problem, especially a child. This person doesn't care about anybody. How many of us have been attacked by a pet as a child where the owner just sat there and watched? How many people own pets and their own children have been attacked while they sat there and watched? I mean, that's just insane. That's insanity at its finest. There are all sorts of 911 calls, all sorts of paramedical visits, people leaving on stretchers going to the hospital, being flown in by helicopters because they got their face mauled or ripped off by somebody's dog. And I'm not saying that dogs are bad in this video. And I'm not saying that people who like animals or pets are bad. But the one thing about a person that would outright just let their animal do some damage to a person, their property, got them all using the bathroom in your yard, they know you don't like that, they make up excuses. You get you some gloves, a bag, and you go put it right back on their doorstep. They like it so much, let them look at it. Let them deal with it. Let them step in it. Because there are some people who just have the type of attitude that because they have an animal, they can behave just like them. Animal, the owner ain't got no respect. They don't have any respect. That's strange behavior right there. That's weird. To just think it's okay for you to behave that way and then teach a whole living, breathing, possibly life-taking organism to behave that way. And if you study history, dogs and other animals have always been used as a form of attack, as a aid in in the strategy of planning for war. You have Hannibal. He rode elephants. At one point, dogs were big enough, and some still are, because they use those basset hounds, those dogs that look like a whole gorilla in the face and body. All right, just spit slobbering everywhere. Whole bucket full of drool. All right, you got those basset hounds, about 500 pounds, straight destroying armies in war, used by armies and war generals for centuries. So let's not play dumb, and let's not act like they're just so cute and cuddly to where they can't be vicious and used as a weapon for a form of attack. So for those of us who don't have them, and not to say we hate them, because we don't hate any of God's creatures. Some may be a little bit more cleaner than others. All right, you're supposed to have respect for all nature and animals and things like that. It may be respect in more than one way, you know. Just because God created it doesn't mean it may not eat you or hurt you, or take you out of here. So you got to have respect for all different forms of nature in all different types of ways. Maybe you may think it's cute and cuddly and come back looking nubbly. All right, and come back with a nub. But and we're not trying to come back with any nubs. We're not trying to get attacked. We're not trying to attack. All right, but some people need to have a little bit more respect for how they deal with the public and how they feel about other people in public with them damn pets. And it's historical in every sense of the word, because when you go back into history, a lot of Black Americans and a lot of Black people, period, have dealt with racism and being attacked by dogs, and dogs being sicked on us and used on us as a form of hate. So it's like we have a real deep connection with these these type of situations, and just dogs, period. All right, there's a connection between our time here in this country and what we've had to dealt with and deal with in the form of hatred and racism in this country, with other people's hate for us and the way they feel about us, and them taking it out on us in various ways. Segregation, that doesn't happen anymore. They were using water hoses on people. I'm not sure if that still happens. I haven't heard of it lately, but I'm sure they'll still bust out a water hose if they feel the need to. But a lot of people play around with Black people and pets. All right, they know that we're not a group of people that really deal with pets like that. Not to say we hate them. I know some Black folks that have pets and dogs, and they love animals just as much as the next person. Not totally as much as the next person. All right, probably won't let them lick them in the face and all that. But what they will do is, they might have a Sparky in the backyard or something. All right, give them some leftovers, something. A ham hock bone. No pork, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I know people, I know Black folks that have pets, but the one thing that they do, and the one thing I could always tell, is if that Black person isn't an a-hole, I could tell the difference between the way that they raised or brought up or trained their pet versus how a person of another race that dislikes Black people would train their pet. All right, have them all up in your face, let it bark at you, not control the animal when you're walking past it, let all the aggression hang out. People train their animals to behave this way, and it's an insult to your intelligence because they think you're stupid, and you're not. You shouldn't be invading anybody's personal space just because you have a dog and you allow that dog to roam free and walk wherever it wants to walk. You may end up getting a bad attitude from a person if you choose to do that, especially a black person, because black people really don't, we don't really play that whole pet stuff. We don't hate animals, but we really don't play that pet stuff. It's like, you don't need to come near me with your dog. It's probably like a good 4 or 5 out of every young black person growing up was attacked by somebody's dog. We don't play that. So it's not to say we hate animals. It's, fair treatment is fair treatment, unfair treatment is unfair treatment. And the fact that that's been a form of weapon and attack to abuse and conduct unfair treatment, we got PTSD from it. So it's like, stay away from black people and your pets. Not every person wants to pet your pet. Not everybody wants to touch your pet. Not everybody wants your pet all up in their face. That's just not to say we hate pets, or not to say we hate pet owners. Just if that's what you like that. You can't force what you like onto other people. Nobody can. People try to, but that's where people end up creating problems for themselves. You try to force what you like onto somebody else, that could cause a problem. That could create an issue. All right, and you'll be the one to have to deal with that. And it's like, why create? It's like walking up to somebody and starting some trouble with them. Why do that? Unless you already have a problem with this person, or you're trying to defend yourself. That's just a waste of time, a waste of energy, and that's a waste of just being alive. You could make a connection with someone and have a really good conversation and meet some really great people in this world if you choose to behave and conduct yourself in a good manner. There's some really cool people out here in this world, just waiting to be met. But some people, they let their lower self get the best of them, as we all do at times. Keep it real. Sometimes your lower self will get the best of you, but those who correct it, those who don't try to infiltrate the lives of other people, those who work every day to tread down those scorpions and snakes and make sure that they stay real and that they're never fake. All right, those who truly want to improve and enhance themselves and make their lives better, those are really good people. All right, we got the energy police slowly approaching. All right, we got the lights flashing and all that, and they can hear what I'm saying, so they're speeding off because they know they're wrong. Energy police, listening to me with your listening device, sped off like a speed racer out here. All right, so yeah, pets are cool as long as they stay in their place and they stay the hell away, all right, from black people and every other group of people that doesn't like them. Some people like certain things. Not everything is for everybody. Or some people like pets, some people don't. Not everybody likes pets. Some things are for some people, some things aren't for some people. I can't go into a classical forum where they just play classic music and bang some 90s hip hop. I can't do that. All right, as much as I can, and I actually would do something like that. But they would ask me to leave, and I'd have to kindly take them up on that after schooling them up on some classic hip hop. But I'd have to go. You can't do stuff like that. So just because that's what you like, just because you got them all up in your bed and all up on your couch and in your room and on the floor and possibly even in the kitchen. Even in the kitchen, hey, you want something? All right, yeah, let's eat. Got right there while you're preparing the meal for everybody. I'm talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, all types of meals. Like, whoa, where do we draw the line here? The black people keep that dog right outside. You will not see some black folks with that dog up in the kitchen. You just, I mean, no. No, 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 no. All right? It's not for everybody. All right? Some of us have some really bad memories, you know? Not that we holding on to them. Not that we, think about it every day, but just you're barking up the wrong tree when you're putting your nose in somebody else's business. When it comes to them damn pets. All right. Just be chill, be chill, be still, and keep your animal to yourself. It's not that hard to do. You going for a walk, you walking your dog, go for a walk and walk your dog. Don't automatically assume everybody wants to make friends with it. Don't do that. Some people are friendly up to a certain point. All right, so you might take a friendly person and turn them into a foe because you don't know how to control Fido. All right, don't take a friendly person and turn them into a foe because you can't gain control of Fido. All right, don't do that. That's not right. That's wrong. Very wrong. Can't we all just get along? All right, little doggy. Ha ha. Get it? Get along, little. Anyway. All right. I know. I know. I'm terrible. I know. Keep it on a leash. At least, can we do that? Can you keep it on a leash? Don't have your damn pet running around up to everybody. All right, somebody's gonna eventually have something for them. All right, especially if you got a big old ass dog. What you got a big old ass dog off a leash for? Keep that big old ass dog on a leash. It's not a little for real friend. It's not a little furry pet, cute cuddly dog. It's not one of them. Oh, they just been ignorant now. But anyway, if you don't have a small miniature dog, keep that thing on a leash. Even if you have a small miniature dog, keep it on a leash and keep it away from people. All right, because those are the ones that you can field goal. You can hut. You can punt that thing into the next oblivion, and nobody wants to do that. But if you're not going to gain control over it, and it becomes aggressive, and it begins to intimidate or put fear in somebody's going to take care of that. All right, and it's not that they're a bad person. It's not that they're a mean person. It's not that they're cruel. It's not that they hate animals. It's just that they hate to be played with. They hate to have their space invaded. They hate. They definitely don't have a love or a sweet spot for racism or invading of spacism. All right, none of those things are good. All right, there are people who unfortunately feel certain type of way towards certain people in this country, and they have a history of using their pet as a weapon and form of assault on black folks, and it's intolerable. It's intolerable. We've never tolerated it, and we never will. And another thing, ops use their dogs on black folks. All right, the police, cops have used their dogs on black folks as a form of weapons just as much as they use guns. So it's like you're really playing with fire when you think it's cool or cute or funny to play with a black person and have your pet all up in their face. All right, this is just a history lesson. So if you want to be a good white person, or if you want to be a good any kind of person, all right, make sure that you are respectful to black people with their personal space, with them, you, Fido, your pet. All right, just be cool, because you're offending, insulting, assaulting, and you're really not being a good person when you think it's funny to just allow your dog to act any kind of way to a black person. It really says a lot about you. It says that you're training your pet to be racist. It lets the black person know you have a racist home. Oh, that's just my dog, it acts that way. Not all the time. People train their dogs to aggressively behave towards other people versus how it wouldn't to another person. And you can see that because when certain black people have dogs that actually train them, all right, it'll react different. You know, there's just there is a difference. All right, black dog owners stand up. It's a difference. All right, and we can tell. All right, because there's no hate in that animal. You know, so yeah, be careful with who you are and who you are. Be careful with who you are and who your pet is in you. All right, just like how we have to be careful who we are in God. All right, be careful with who you are and who your pet is in you. All right, because you might end up turning a friendly person into a foley person. Don't just be out here making enemies. That's not hip. That's not cool. Don't just be out here trying to ruin people's day and make them feel some type of way. That's not it. Excuse me. That's not it at all. You don't do that to people. That's that Sunday brunch. All right. You don't do that to people. You do not do, or whatever day brunch. All right. You don't do that to people. You leave people alone, give them their space, and you go about your way. And another thing, pick up that poop. Ain't nobody trying to step in that. Pick that poop up, man. You got people who like their shoes. All right, don't just leave that there for somebody else. That's your animal. That's your pet. You like that dog poop. You pick it up. All right, people you ruining the sidewalk. People don't want to see dog stuff all over the sidewalk. Pick it up. If you don't like it, what makes you think somebody that don't even have a pet like it? Because if I don't have a pet, what makes you think I just want to see dog stuff? They need to start doing some type of psychoanalytical tests on some of these people with these pets. I'm telling you, wanting to be around Boop, all right, wanting to just have Boop, look at Boop, see Boop, just Boop all. That's not healthy mentally. There's something wrong there. Okay, all right, there's something wrong there. Wanting to pick that stuff up. There's something wrong there. All right, I know you listening to me with your listening device, and I see you. I can't see you, but I sure can smell you. Pork alert. Extra bacon on mine, please. I know you heard that. Of course, they gotta come by and wave at me. Nah, some cops are cool. Yeah, some cops are cool. Yeah, as long as you leave me alone and you mind your business, and you're not bothering me, I'm not bothering you, and you're not sicking no dog on anybody that look like me or anybody for that matter, we good. We are good. All right. But yeah, it's just it's a real situation for black Americans and dogs. So just keep those dogs away from us, especially if you don't see one with us, around us. We're not walking one. We probably don't want to be talking to one. All right, and it's just a matter of just being a good person, respecting people's space. You respect people's space, that shows other people that you're a good person. You have control over your pet. You don't let your pet all up in the next person's space, rubbing his nasty fur up against my nice brand new freaking clothes that I just washed or just bought. Then that's a good thing, man. That is a great thing, because one day you either gonna end up getting hurt, or your Fido's gonna end up getting hurt because somebody just paid some very good money for some very good things. You just let your animal just rub all up against them. Somebody gonna end up doing something to you. All right, and somebody gonna end up doing something to either you or your pet. All right, neither which one I approve of, because I always advocate peace here on this channel. But just don't be out here, being weird with your animal. Don't be out here being weird with your attitude, your narcissistic attitude towards people. Don't be a damn punk and hide behind your pet. You got a problem with somebody? That's your problem. Don't bring your pet into it, because now God is going to punish you twice, because you bringing you about to harm an animal. All right, you about to do some unnecessary harm to a life that has nothing to do with the situation other than what you're training it to do. And that's not good. Don't train those animals to harm certain people. You know, and since when did we start valuing pets more than people anyway? When did we start valuing these pets? People put more value on a pet than a person. People have more love for a pet than people. There's something wrong there. When you love pets more than people, there's something wrong there. That's because you can't. There's something wrong there. All right, something is definitely wrong there. Nothing wrong with having love for pets. You know, nothing wrong with loving pets. All right, righteously. But when you love pets more than people, hey, I understand, and I understand there are some people who have probably experienced a lot of cold-hearted individuals. So I'm not talking about that situation. I'm not talking about the situation to where people have been so cruel. All I got is my pet, and we have an appropriate relationship, and this pet it brings me joy, and it's all I got. I understand that. All right, I'm talking about the narcissistic relationship where these punks are out here mistreating the pet when ain't nobody looking, kicking the pet. That's why they so damn aggressive, treating that animal like ish, treating that dog worse than a dog, acting like they love it out in public. Oh no. Some of these owners are really abusing these animals, and they'll jump on you the first time you talk about it, one, or a situation about one, or something happens to one. Be the main one, messing them up, slapping them all upside the head, making them bite other people, abusing them damn animals. Got the nerve to be upset about somebody else's opinion about the situation. Please, miss me with that all the way. All right, but respect people's space. All right, a lot of people are punks, and they won't go up to you, but they'll let their dog go up to you, or they'll let their dog get all up in your space. That's a damn coward. That's a coward right there. So some people, they don't have the heart. Some people don't have the heart to do what they want to do, so they'll involve their pet into it. And a lot of people are going to end up getting their animal and themselves hurt that way. A lot of people are going to end up doing that. All right. This is just a public service announcement. Keep your pet to keep thine own pet single. All right. Keep your pet to yourself. All right. No, I don't want to pet it just because it's a pet. Just because it's a pet doesn't mean I want to pet it. Just because it's your dog doesn't mean that I want it around me. There are some people out there who probably think they're being a bad person because they don't want to pet somebody's pet. Don't feel you got to touch that pet. You don't want to touch that animal, don't. You don't want fur all on your hand, don't do it. Don't feel obligated to pet somebody's animal. You don't know what type of spirit they got on them, the dog got on them. You don't know what they're doing with them damn animals. You don't know. All right, and this is not a shot at animal lovers. This is a shot at these narcissistic punk ass pet owners that disrespect other people's personal space, like them and their pet aren't causing the problem, and them and their pet aren't causing the problem for themselves. That's what they're really doing. They don't understand. Not everybody is up for that. All right, not everybody is playing with that. They're going to end up causing some real problems for themselves and their animal, thinking that that's okay. All right, and we don't hate animals and we don't hate people. All right, we spread love over here on this channel, but we also spread love in the form of what's right. All right, there are certain things that you do with your animal, and there are certain things that you don't do with your animal. All right, you don't let your animal get in the space and the privacy of another person just because you feel it's an animal and people like animals, or somebody wants to touch it and pet it or whatever the hell y'all want. But just chill that stuff out. All right, especially if you stay away from people who have food. Don't you dare see somebody carrying their food and let your dog walk up to them, because they're gonna snap. Especially black people. If you see black people walking, they got food, you walking your dog, stay the hell away from them, because they're gonna turn as vicious as that dog. All right. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.